How are we doing, guys? All Leeds TV, Leeds 2, Bristol City 0, and it's player rating time. I'm going to apologise in advance for this video being late. Massive apologies for that. I was a little bit busier this morning than I was expecting, but nevertheless, here we go. Player rating time. So, let's start with HUFFER. Debutant in goal. I always felt it could go either way. It could be absolutely brilliant, or it could be a nightmare for him, in a debut like that, or when this situation he's brought into. But for me, he went straight down the middle. I thought it was a fine performance of HUFFER. Didn't really have a save to make to showcase his shot-stopping ability. As such, he was mainly crosses into the box. And to be fair, other than maybe one sort of where he probably could have caught it and didn't really get a strong enough hand on it, I can't really be too critical. There was one poor clearance, but other than that, I felt HUFFER was solid enough. And certainly in the second half, I thought he really came into his zone. Really, he was coming for crosses, really commanding his area, catching rather than punching. I thought he looked really strong towards the end of the game in that kind of regard. Getting chance of England's number one as well, which is brilliant to hear. South Stand getting behind him, great stuff. A 6 or 7 out of 10 for me. Probably go with 6. He wasn't really tested. It was a decent performance for HUFFER. And then onto the back three. The right hand side of the back three, HALME, or HALME. I'm not 100% how to pronounce it. I will apologise. I think I've done about 20 different pronunciations since the preview video of HALME. Again, I think it's HALME. We'll go with that anyway. But for me, again, very similar to HUFFER, sort of straight down the middle, a decent enough performance. Not massively testing. I think he was turned once or twice. Positionally, I think he improved in the second half or later on towards the first half. He was a little bit nervous in that regard, and on the ball, maybe at times a little bit tried to overcomplicate things in the first half. Thought he had a lot more time than what he actually did, but he sort of got into the pace of things, I felt, before he came off. He was a bit unlucky to come off, but it was more because of a system change rather than HALME's performance. A 6 out of 10 for me. Calvin Phillips, middle of the back three, typical Calvin stuff, won every 50-50, solid defensively, just didn't quite get on the ball as much as what he usually would for my liking. I think it was a bit more difficult naturally playing a bit deeper to influence the game in that kind of regard. But a nice solid 7 out of 10, typical Calvin Phillips performance. Liam Cooper, very much the same as Calvin Phillips. I thought he was solid. There was one moment on the ball, well, there was moments on the ball where I thought it was a little bit frustrating. You need to move the ball quicker and be a little bit braver in possession of the ball. It's the Bielsa system, playing out the back. You've got to be willing to play the ball forward a little bit. So at times, I thought he was looking to pass back or pass sideways, and he's putting HALME and HUFFER in difficult situations, and I think as a captain you need to be reading that a little bit better. But for me, defensively, Liam Cooper, solid as he has been for the majority of the season, a 7 out of 10 for me. Right wing back, Stuart Dallas, a difficult one to assess really. I felt defensively solid, can't really think of anything he did wrong defensively. But yeah, going forward at times I thought it was a little bit frustrating. It wasn't the best of attacking performances of Stuart Dallas, wasted a lot of crossing opportunities. I'll probably go with 6 out of 10 for Stuart Dallas. Maybe a little bit harsh, but probably go about a 6. Possibly go up to a 7, but yeah, something like that, one of those two. Holding midfield, Adam Forshaw, absolutely brilliant performance once again. For me, he's been man of the match in probably about 3 of the last 4 games. He's been absolutely superb. I felt yesterday he must have had 100 touches of the ball, 80, 90 passes of the ball. I can't remember giving the ball away. I think a lot of the perception of Adam Forshaw is he's quite a negative passer, but I don't see that at all. The amount of crossfield passes he was making, he was getting crossed into the box, he was willing to play box to box, he was energy, everything you want with Adam Forshaw. He just feels perfect for this system. I said it in the review, he just feels perfect for this Marcelo Bielsa system in terms of keeping the ball. He'll get the ball, he looks to pass it off first time, or he looks to try and turn the player. He will not lose that ball. He's almost I think he's almost that kind of player, like when we're under a bit of pressure, the ball goes to Adam Forshaw and he keeps it or turns 5-6 seconds and just cools the game down a little bit, slows the game down when necessary. But we can speed the game up as well. He's a very underrated player for me, Adam Forshaw. He's been superb the last couple of weeks, 8 out of 10 for me. Left wing back, Barry Douglas, superb as well. I mean, his set piece delivery, the set pieces are just unbelievable. The in-swinging corners, I don't think there's anything better to watch at the minute than Barry Douglas in-swinging corners. Certainly nothing more exciting. You just know something's going to happen every single time. He doesn't take a bad set piece. His passing's brilliant. He's happy to use his right foot if necessary to just find that pass on the inside. It was his pass actually that led to the sending off. He picks out Roof, and Roof turns Brownhill sort of, again, crucial contributions to the game from that point of view. And defensively, solid as ever for Barry Douglas. What were we up to? So number 10, Matthews Click was playing the 10 role for most of the game. I thought Matthews Click was fine yesterday. Maybe not at his absolute best at times, because Matthews Click is that good a footballer. I think he's just that 1 second too quick for the rest of the team. You know, I think there was one moment where Pablo Hernandez played the ball into Matthews Click, and he knew what he was going to do with it before the ball was even passed to him. You know, he was going to play Ruth in. He did exactly that, but Ruth didn't quite time his run. That did an absolutely superb assist. He just sees those situations. You know, he gets the ball and he just has that time. He has that awareness of touch, a little bit like Adam Forshaw, but he just has that little bit more, I suppose, end products than Adam Forshaw. And I think it showed. Played a big part in the goal. Lovely little cut back to Pablo Hernandez, which created the space. I'll probably go 7 or 8 out of 10. I think an 8 out of 10 maybe might be a little bit too high, but probably a 7 out of 10 for me for Matthews Click. I thought he had a fine performance again. Right hand side, Pablo Hernandez for 60 minutes. I'll be honest, it'd been a 4 or 5 out of 10. I thought Pablo had a shocking first 60 minutes, but this is why Pablo's so good. He makes the match-winning contribution in this game. Goal and an assist. The assist is a great ball into the box, really. I've seen it again. I thought at first it was a mishit shot. It felt like a really good ball into the box. It looked like a really good ball into the box. And the finish for the header, just perfect placement, perfect weighted header, and a great run as well from out to in. And when he moved on to that left-hand side, I think that's his strongest side. That's where he caused all his damage last season. I just feel he's a little bit more able to cut inside. He doesn't have to drift about as much as he's playing on that left-hand side to influence the game. You know, he's just a brilliant player, Pablo Hernandez. And 8 out of 10 for me. Kemal Roof, 7 out of 10 for me. Great movement for his goal, and I thought the first half, I thought he was one of our best players in that first half. You know, every time he was getting on the ball, he was doing something with it. He wasn't seeing loads of the ball, but that's going to happen sometimes when you're playing in the one up top system. Well, playing on your own up top, and the other 2 wide players can't get close to you. You're not going to see tons of the ball every game, and he didn't really. But every time he got on the ball, he tried to make something happen. He tried to be positive, move the defender around, spin the defender around. He was trying to be positive, and the only reason I'm going to go slightly lower was there was a frustrating moment before he scored where Click released him down the right hand side, and he went for a shot rather than cross to Alioski, and that was really frustrating and possibly could have cost us the game, but it didn't. And it was, again, Kemal Roof does what he does best. 8 goals in 12 games, 8 goals from 12 shots on target, 7 out of 10 for me, maybe a little bit harsh as well on that. Left hand side, Ezcan Alioski, I've got to be honest, I thought he had a shocker yesterday. I'm going to have to go for about a 4 out of 10. He wasted a fantastic goal scoring opportunity early on in the second half. And just every time he got the ball, it was a poor cross into the box. He's trying to take on the man when he could have just got crossed in the box first time. Just wasn't any real quality, I didn't feel, to Ezcan Alioski's performance yesterday. He got the ball, or he missed control, it would go out of play. It just never really happened for him, and he just didn't get involved in the game enough for me. A 4 out of 10, if I'm being honest. Substitutions, Jack Harrison, very similar to Ezcan Alioski, wasted a lot of opportunities. There's one moment that Conor alluded to in his review. Harrison had a fantastic one-on-one opportunity, but he decided to check back, and the shot opportunity's gone then. You need that little bit more awareness, and I think the end product is something Jack Harrison massively needs to work on. You know, for all the minutes he's played and the good games he has had at the start of the season, he still only has 1 contribution this season, that goal at Millwall. As good as goal it was, we need more from Jack Harrison or someone else on that side of the pitch. You know, a little bit more productive winger in terms of end products. He did try and be positive. A lot of counters were coming from Jack Harrison's good movement off the ball, but probably a 5 out of 10 for me for the wasted opportunities. Samuel Saiz, I probably have to go a 7 out of 10. Fantastic ball into the box for the goal. No, maybe I'll go an 8. I'll go an 8 out of 10. Great ball into the box for the goal. Another assist, similar to his assist against West Brom. Got on the ball as much as he could, and I felt the momentum of the game was a little bit more with us when Samuel Saiz came on. He was exposing those spaces, and he was freeing up the space as well for Pablo and Matthews Click, Kemal Roof, etc., to cause a little bit more damage. He did well as well. Lewis Baker came on late on. I can't really rate him. I think he only played 8 or 9 minutes, but some nice touches. Again, I think it might be frustrating for Lewis Baker who's not playing more minutes. Well, in fact, I know it's frustrating for Lewis Baker who's not playing more minutes, but it's difficult to make a case really for Lewis Baker coming into the team. As good a player as I do think he is, I think he is probably too good to be not playing as many minutes as he is. But yeah, it's just a form for everyone else in that midfield. Again, something else I alluded to in the review of the game. The midfield we've got is absolutely unbelievable at times. Well, in fact, all season it's been unbelievable. But yeah, not the best performances. Probably deserved win overall. For me, it was anyway. But we saw some good individual ones. I felt Adam Forshaw, Barry Douglas, Pablo Hernandez all made big contributions to this game. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out Conor's review of the game, and we're also going to be getting our previews up for the Reading game on Tuesday as well. We're going to get our previews up for that one, hopefully in the next day or two, I think. Definitely before Tuesday, obviously. But yeah, make sure you comment what your thoughts on the ratings were, who you felt had a good game, who you felt had a bad game, if I got any of them massively wrong. I've been Oscar Marriott, and we'll see you later.